Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about something a little bit boring, but bear with me. So I get asked on just about every platform whenever I post something new, what my workout routine is, what my nutrition looks like, what kind of skincare products I use, what kind of makeup I like, where do I get my outfits, and all of that kind of good stuff. So I thought it was high time that I started a little series where I can show you some of the products that I use and stuff that I really like, why I like it, and of course the stuff that is not worth a dime and personally I wouldn't waste my money on again. And I'll be honest, I try a lot of different things because I'm always willing to believe that maybe something might work or something might be worth that money. Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. So I like sharing really good stuff with y'all, and I'm not being paid or sponsored by any of these companies, just an FYI, but I really like to share really good stuff with y'all. I'm not a gatekeeper. So for the first one, we're gonna talk about body skincare. And since I just got out of the shower, that's actually what reminded me to do this video. I just got done using all of these products and honestly, they are phenomenal. So a little confession here, I didn't start taking really good care of my skin until maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Before that, I didn't put anything on my skin. I really wasn't taking good care of it. I would maybe use a quick cleanser to take my makeup off at night and then my makeup would right back on in the morning. Didn't think anything about it, and now I'm taking really good care of all of my skin, and it made a huge difference for me. So if you don't have a good skincare routine yet for your whole body, now's the time to do it. First up, the number one thing that I use on just about all parts of my body right after I get out of the shower is this one. It's brand new from Maylis. Most of these products are from Maylis, and I was not a Maylis girl until probably 6 months ago, and oh my God, like it actually works. So this one is called Relure, and it's actually for tightening and toning the body for pretty much anything from the neck down. It works really, really well, but you do have to stay consistent with it. I use this twice a day on my body. And yeah, it definitely, I saw a difference the first day that I used it, and that's saying something. It is not plastic surgery. I'm gonna say that right off the bat. None of these products, as great as they are, they do make a difference, and they do make a noticeable difference if you use it right. They are not plastic surgery. They're not going to make it just all of a sudden where you lose 3 or 4 inches in a couple of months or something. I'm still doing a lot with my nutrition, with my exercise program, and all of that stuff in combination with using all of this. So saying that right off the bat, but this one I definitely noticed a huge difference with. So this one goes on right after I get out of the shower. The next one is Be Poised, and this one honestly is my favorite one. I have it on a subscription plan and I use it twice a day religiously. This is epic stuff. It definitely tightens, softens, gets rid of any crepiness on your neck. It really just rejuvenates it and makes it seem very, very refreshed. I've used another product similar to this that is about 4 times as expensive. This still works better. I think this is between $45 and $50. You get a discount if you're doing like the subscription plan. The other one that I've used is this. This one is the one that is close to $300. And it is called the Restorative Neck Complex by Alastin. I get this from my plastic surgeon's office, and it works. It definitely smooths the skin and helps quite a bit with keeping it supple and soft, but it doesn't work as good as this one. So that's just kind of a little FYI. If you're looking into this one, wait on this, try this one first. Next up is Be Glossy, and this is a smoothing serum from Maylis as well. This one works really, really well if you're one of those people that has the roughness on the back of the arms. I get it, I don't know why or where it comes from. I've heard a rumor it has something to do with like a gluten intolerance. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've had that bumpiness for pretty much my whole life. This got rid of it, and it is just awesome. It doesn't feel oily, it's not too sticky. It is just a really good moisturizing serum that does smooth your skin out really well. So this one is my go-to for any time that I just have dry skin, pretty much anywhere. Next up is Be Glowy. I use this one on my chest area because I have definitely not taken good care of my skin over the years. And I had a lot of the discoloration and things just from so many sunburns and all that kind of stuff. This got rid of it in about 3 days. So this one is really good. It brightens your skin. So if you have any sort of maybe discoloration from scarring or anything like that, stretch marks and things, this one definitely helps quite a bit. So I use this one pretty much on my chest and on my thighs quite a bit, and it makes a huge difference. So this is my other go-to, and I use this one twice a day as well. Okay, we're working our way down the body. Next up is Be Foxy. I use this one on my inner thighs because I have had weight that has fluctuated pretty much my whole life, where it's gone up and down by large amounts. And I've had 3 kids, so I have stretch marks. This has gotten rid of all of my stretch marks, like all of them. I love this stuff so much. So this one I use pretty much every time I take a shower. I don't use this one as much as I used to when I first got it a couple of months ago, but it definitely, it just works. So I keep using it. Definitely worth it. Okay, next up, B-flat. This one you've probably seen if you have been checking out Maylee's or if you've looked for any kind of tightening, toning serums for the stomach. This one's probably popped up at least once or twice on your screen. This does work. You do have to use it twice a day. I am not as religious with it as I was when I first got it, but it definitely made a difference. It is not a tummy tuck. Some people sit there and want to say, it's a tummy tuck in a bottle. No, it's not. But it definitely makes a difference. It does tighten things up. It does tone things up a little bit. It's not going to get rid of fat underneath of your skin. It is not going to make you lose 4 inches, but it is going to help your skin tighten up a little bit if you're losing some of your elasticity and elastin in the skin. This helps quite a bit. Forewarning, it does burn. I use it every time I take a shower. I use it twice a day, and it definitely gets warm for about 2 hours. The first time I used it, I was like, oh my God, oh, I want it off, I want it off. Then I kind of got used to it, and now it's like, oh, that means it's working. It's probably not, but there is some sort of a pepper in it, I think. It's, I looked it up at one point, but it's like it's a pseudo pepper of some kind. So it definitely has a burning, warming sensation. If you can push through it, or if it doesn't bother you at all, keep on doing it. It definitely burns more when you first put it on after a shower, probably because your pores are open from the heat and water and steam, but it's epic, it works, I love it. This is definitely one that I have on a subscription, and I use it around my entire torso, including my back. So I really like this one, but again, be realistic with what your expectations are for it. Okay, now we're gonna talk a little bit about the booty. These two together work really, really well. I've seen such a huge difference, and I've been using them for about 4 months now. They work really, really well. This one smells amazing, and I love the scent. I wish that they could bottle this and put this in like a spritz, because it smells tropical, it smells fruity, it has like a coconutty kind of a scent, and it works really well. So this one is Be Thick, and the idea is that it kind of helps to plump and give a little bit more of a suppleness to that area. This one here is Be Tight, and this one helps to tighten and tone that area. This feels exactly like the B-flat, honestly, but it's a creamy kind of a consistency, and I'll show you. It's very, very creamy, and it definitely has that warming sensation. It has the same ingredient, same active ingredient that causes that warmingness, or that warming sensation to occur, and it takes about 2 hours for it to fully hit, like to the point that it's not going to get any hotter or any more heated. But I slather this stuff on. I use this one first. I slather this one on just on the booty. This one goes on the booty and the back of the thighs, and it definitely has made a huge difference for me. So these 3 products here are my go-to for everything that I do with skincare for like the legs and the booty and all of that. These I feel like are just magic in bottles, and yeah, I love them. So I don't go anywhere without these. So the last thing that I'm going to show you is not a Maylee's product. This one is something I've been using for years, and honestly, I feel like anybody can use it, even though they market it primarily to females. Anybody can absolutely use this. If you shave, then you can totally use this, and it makes a world of difference. So I can't even say the name of it, but it's by the company INTIMD and TMD, and it's an intimate aftershave protection moisturizer. And the idea is that it's botanicals, vitamin E, really good stuff, and it hydrates the skin, so it prevents any kind of razor burn. It works to rid yourself of any irritation from razors or anything like that. This works really, really, really well. Again, every time I take a shower, this is what goes on first, and it is phenomenal. I've never had a problem with it. So as far as body stuff goes, these are my go-to products that I use every single solitary day, morning and night, and they work phenomenal. So I hope that you guys like this. The next video I'm going to do is going to talk a little bit about the skincare for the face. So if you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, you comment, you do all the good stuff, and I will catch you guys next time.